So on today's video, folks, we're going to be poking some holes in the ground. We've already started back here. Let's see if this post hole digger can redeem itself today. So far, it is my least favorite attachment. Today it seems to be doing a little bit better, so we'll see if maybe it can raise its standing just a little bit. So far the conditions here are really muddy, and in some ways that's great for our post hole digger. It doesn't have any problem going down. Even the 1025R has plenty of power to be able to work with it. The only disadvantage we have here is the customer wants a full 42-inch depth, and we really don't have quite that long. The other thing is we forgot our hand post hole digger, so that's a little bit of a challenge to get the last of the crumbs out. The landowner said he wants to do that anyway. He doesn't want to pay us to pull crumbs out, and if you think about it, I'm pretty expensive to be pulling out crumbs. You know, different prices for different work. Anything that holds on to something like a hand post hole digger is pretty expensive for me. We've done 7 so far. My understanding is we have 51 or 52 total.
Thanks.
So we got a lot of holes to dig, Christy.
Yeah.
Yep, let's get going. We got a lot of feedback on our earlier post hole digger video, and certainly not all of it was positive. There were a couple of common themes. First, they would say, you need to go slow when digging post holes. Don't turn the auger so fast. The second comment was similar. Don't allow it to go down very fast. Just go down a little bit at a time. So to address those comments, I want to show you an example coming up here in just a few seconds. We're running the tractor just above idle here, and I'm lowering the 3-point just a little bit at a time until the auger starts to suck itself down. Well, here's where the problem starts. Once the auger starts to pull itself down, there's nothing I can do to stop it. The tractor doesn't have enough engine power to keep turning the auger, nor enough hydraulic power to lift it back out of the ground.
Okay. Yeah, 3 foot.
What'd you come up with?
3 foot about. I think we'll be okay.
Now, there's still loose stuff in there.
Okay. And you said you had a post hole.
I have a hand one,
Yeah,
but
do
I
you
don't
mind
have
if
it
we borrow
here.
it for a couple days?
No problem
so we
at
don't
all.
have to go out and buy one.
But yeah, there should
No,
be.
it looks good. So I'll
Measure
put it
this one before I get out and see if it's any different. I leave loose stuff in them, I just can't help it.
Okay. Cool.
We're only going down 24 inches anyway.
But we got to get to the frost line now.
Alright. 36.
No, that's the top.
That's the top of the mud.
Yeah. Measure the length of my auger if you want to about here. This is about my depth. We're about here to here.
4
Here.
foot.
No, that's all the way up here to about here is about 42.
Yeah, this is about. So I'm probably getting close, but
Okay, good.
I imagine that's below the frost line.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. So far so good then?
So far, so good. So we didn't make huge orange spots. Are they big enough for you, or do you want them bigger? Okay.
In this soft, muddy soil, I didn't have too much problem. As we got up the hill, there was more clay and it was dry and hard. I began to experience more issues. You might notice here in Christy's shadow that she's directing me forward or backward in order to keep the hole as vertical as possible. From the tractor seat, it's very difficult to see that angle. While it was easy to move forward or backward to keep it vertical in that angle, it was much more difficult to handle side-to-side shift. There was just too much play in the 3-point hitch mechanism, especially in that top link, to keep it exactly vertical. Honestly, this muddy black loam topsoil is not really a fair representation of how this tractor can handle the post hole digger. This is sort of like digging in butter. Here I'm keeping the auger spinning as I raise it up, and I just felt like I was losing a lot of loose dirt back into the hole. Later you'll see a different approach. When the going got tough on those holes further up the hill, We didn't have time to take video, unfortunately. Christy was too busy actually helping, and so the camera just got set aside. So that auger, it pulls itself down very aggressively. Sometimes even with a very minor move on the 3-point hitch, it will suck itself downward and keep pulling, even to the point of stalling the tractor. The obvious approach to compensate for that is to lift up the 3-point hitch. But remember, that auger is sucking itself down almost enough to pull the front end of the tractor off the ground. So the 3-point hitch just is not strong enough, at least on little Johnny, to be able to pull itself out of that suction. This situation's even worse when you're trying to run at a fairly low RPM so that you don't spin that auger crazy fast. But that's not all. So it sucks itself down really fast, it stalls the tractor, then what do? You can try to pry it out. That's what we usually do. We showed that in the other video. Of course, the safety Sallies didn't like that very well, but we used a 8-foot rod under the gearbox there to begin to try to lift it out. As long as you're not all the way down, you can try to use a big pipe wrench and screw the auger backwards. I don't know of any other choices. Every choice that I can think of is a lot of manual work. So every time I start a hole, I have to wonder if I'm going to get it stuck and have a serious difficulty getting it out. This just adds a level of tension that I don't really enjoy in the projects. I hope this helps to explain why I say that a subcompact tractor is just not well suited for a post hole digger. I suppose my standard phrase still applies. It beats a shovel, or in this case it beats a hand post hole digger. But I would love to have more horsepower, more strength, and a reversible auger. Now the homeowner wanted a hole right next to the house, and I told him I really couldn't do that, but I could put one just a few inches away from the house. Hopefully he can use a shovel and dig right by the house into that existing hole and make his job easier.
You've made a lot of holes.
We have been poking holes all afternoon and now almost all evening, and it's almost going to get dark,
And it's cold.
so I think we're going to have to leave you guys.
You're almost done. You only have like 4 holes left.
Yeah, we have about 3 or 4 holes left, so I think we're going to have to call it quits for this video. You know, the post hole digger, it hasn't been as bad this time.
It's not my favorite.
Yes, it's still my least favorite attachment, but it wasn't dreadful this time. Now, some of the holes were hard. Where the soil's really hard, I found that it's too much for Johnny. Quite frankly, Johnny's just not big enough for the post hole digger. That's the problem. And so if we had a taller tractor, had a little more horsepower, I think we'd be fine. It's just more than Johnny needs. So I think that's part of what brings the frustration, Christy.
I see. You're just angling for that bigger tractor.
Okay. Subscribe. Press that little bell beside the subscribe button. Make sure you get notifications of our new videos. Check out our website, tractortimewithtim.com, and we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.